Hi, my name is Arnold Lau. Welcome to the fall section of CS170, Computer Applications for Business. Just gonna kick off to go through a bit of introduction to myself, a little bit about the class logistics, and then we'll have a few more videos that I'm recording for this week. You'll be able to kick off with that. So let me get going here. So first off, let me just go to my LinkedIn uh, profile. So just to walk you through, I guess just to let you know, I've been teaching this CS170 class since the beginning part of this year. So I taught the spring section, but my normal job covers other things. So I only do this lecturing job on a part-time basis in my free time. Um, so um, my day job is being the global head of operations, regulatory reporting technology. Um, so basically, that's a global team that I cover, working for an investment bank called Morgan Stanley. Before that, I've covered a lot of products within the fixed income area, specifically around commodities trading and risk systems. Um, I've also done a bit of travel, so I've done assignments in London, Singapore, and Shanghai. I've only recently come back to the US um, last year, and then I've been working out in New York since then. Um, been out of, and I've been working at this job for almost 30 years. So I've been out working at this job since I came out of university at Rutgers many years ago. Uh, I graduated from Rutgers with a computer science and a history degree. Later on, I picked up a MBA in finance at NYU. Um, Came out with that in 2000. Okay. So let me see here. Yeah, just some other things that I do involved with property investment, uh, karate school, gym, also a little side thing of writing books. Um, so those are the main things about my background. Uh, I usually just share a bit about that background because I like working with uh, different people to help bridge or share a bit of what you're learning academically to what we actually do in the corporate world, or could be when we look to start a business, run a business, whatever. Um, I think I've been involved with technology for quite a number of years. I've seen it evolve, and I think right now we're in a great age where technology is very accessible to a lot of people. And there's still quite a bit of promise in terms of what technology can do for us, especially in the hands of more and more people. So you'll see a lot of different discussions about machine learning, about big data. All of that type of stuff is really stuff that is available to a wider and wider audience, such as yourselves, to be able to apply technology to solve our big problems. Um, so let me step into a little bit of the logistics for this class. You have, let me see here, these are our recitation locations, and most of you, or all of you probably, should be in one of these sections here that's under my name. So from section 17 to section 26. And it's labeled as asynchronous. So all that means is that our lectures are going to be recorded. We still want to try to maintain some sort of engagement or interaction. So within these lectures, we might have some questions, just questions for understanding that we want you guys to answer. I'm trying to work with something called Edpuzzle to integrate with these so that you can answer it. It can come back to me in a nice, clean way. But for now, I'm probably just going to have the videos with the questions in them, and then I'm just going to have you email me your answers. And the reason why we want you to have this, it's like I said, we want the engagement, and we're going to try to facilitate that. As you know, we've gone online for a lot of our things, and we have to change the way things are done to accommodate that. You don't want to be in a situation where we're giving out very long lectures on videos that no one's going to watch. It's very non-interactive. We're just broadcasting information to you, and information really for this class you can pick up anywhere, right? You can probably do a search on YouTube and find any number of videos to address some of the topics that we're trying to teach here. So I think the difference has to be some sort of engagement, and so we want to try to promote that. So even though this class are asynchronous and we'll be recording videos both for the lectures and for the recitations, we want to try to provide opportunities for people to engage with us. Now, each of the instructors are allowed to give extra credit above and beyond the total points you accumulate via quizzes, homework, and exams. And I give my extra credit based on people showing some degree of engagement. Send me questions. You can send me questions about either things that we've covered in class, or it could just be other types of questions on computers in general, business application of computers or whatnot. The main thing here is really just to see that the engagement. So you can send whatever questions you want to me, and I'll give you my email in a second. These are all the recitation instructors here, and they'll be available to you also. So let me over here. So you'll see all our office hours here, and basically all that is listing our WebEx locations and our email. So this is me down here. I'm Friday 5 to 7. Now you don't have to constrain yourself to Fridays at 5 to 7. That's just one time that I blocked out there. Just send me email. If there's other times that work better for you, we can arrange something to have office hours. And we'll do something like on WebEx or on Zoom, whatever works for you. That's my email over here. And I encourage you to use that, right? So like I said, it doesn't actually have to cover whatever we covered in lectures for that week or the prior weeks. It could be anything that you want. The main thing is, make use of our time. We're here for you. And do it. I know it's challenging from working on online. It's very easy for you to just let things go and just follow things by the book. But if you want to follow things by the book, just read the book and do whatever, you're probably not going to get what we would like you to get out of this class. So do take the time to try to keep up with the lectures, answer the questions, send me email. And if you can make time for office hours, go ahead and do that. Let's have that engagement, okay? We want to try to keep that going even though we're running on asynchronous mode, okay? So let me run through the syllabus quickly here. Again, you guys have access to this. Let me just close this for a second. So you're in Canvas. By now, you probably have tried to get into Canvas. It's very important for you to get into Canvas. You'll see here under announcements. I'll be making all the announcements for our section through Canvas, and so you can see all these different announcements coming through. So make sure you pay attention to this, okay? Emails, again, I read my emails very often, so feel free to send me emails. But the next important thing other than announcements in Canvas is to go to Files. When you go into Files, you'll see a couple of different things. One, I'll be filing all of my recorded lectures and other content. I'll put content like links to helpful resources, little tool, utilities, whatever, under this folder, Allow Resources, which I just set up yesterday. Okay, so you can look in that fairly shortly. The other thing here is under Course Information, which I was just at. So I just covered these things here. Let's go to Syllabus. So take a look at the syllabus. There's some stuff in here which I'm going to cover. Some of the stuff I'm not going to cover. And your TAs can go over them. You can look at it on your own. If you have some questions, feel free, just reach out to me. Okay, so these exams, we've applied for the times, but we haven't come back with any approval on the times yet. So this will get updated shortly as soon as we get approval on it. Again, here's our contact information, right? I'm here in the middle. You can see my sections, asynchronous, and the office hour times, okay? Learning objectives, you'll see a more detailed breakdown of these learning objectives, but we do follow these learning objectives. These are the things you definitely need to know, or we expect you to know as part of coming through this class. When you go into the details, you'll find that what we're teaching in lectures may not match up to exactly what's in the book, right? So we may say some stuff in lecture that is not in the book, and likewise, there might be some stuff that's covered in a book for that chapter that's not covered in a lecture. And really what that means is you can't just read the book and skip all the lectures, and vice versa. You can't go to the lectures and skip the book. And I think that's done intentionally, right? So you do have to make use of the book, and you do want to go to the lectures because they don't exactly cover the same things. And we try to make them somewhat complementary where it makes sense. So do take the time to look at all of these in the readings, and you'll see a breakdown of that for each week also. And I'll show that to you maybe in a second. Okay. You'll see the point here, academic integrity. That's very important, especially with the online learning. So we've done a couple of things to accommodate or adjust to the online situation. One of them is you'll see that we've lowered the amount of points that are used for exams. That's really to reduce the stakes, and that's really the general guidance that's given to like all online teaching. If you make it very high stakes exams, you're basically going to encourage cheating. Okay, so we've reduced that, and you'll see in a second when I scroll over to that. But the other thing I would just make a note, because things are online, it's not that hard for people to run algorithms and look at behavior to identify suspicious behavior. So, keep that in mind, and I'll just give you fair warning that this is taken pretty seriously. So any breaches of academic integrity is going to be punished, right? So given that we've lowered the stakes for the exams, and this class is not, as people might refer to, a weed out class. You put in the work that you should put in for the class. There's no reason why every single person in the class should not get a good grade in this class, right? The purpose of this class is not meant to be a hard class. It's not meant to be a class to mess up your GPA. I think the topics that we give you to learn are fairly straightforward. We give you a lot of work to help you learn that. We make ourselves available to help you digest this material. If you do a reasonable amount of work and keep up with this, there's no reason why you shouldn't get a good grade in this class. So having said all of that, the academic integrity part is taken pretty seriously. And we've had to follow through with the consequences on this in the past. Even just this past semester, we had to do some action. So it is taken very seriously. And like I said, with things that are being submitted online, it's not that hard to identify some suspicious behavior. So do try to avoid getting into those situations. We hate to really deal with these type of things in this type of class. Okay. You'll see the Canvas tools here. Like I said, a lot of things are going to come through here. It's very important that you become familiar with Canvas and how the flow of information going both ways, either information coming from us or you to submit your information to us. And your quizzes are going to be run out of here. Your assignments are going to be submitted through here and whatnot. Here's the book. Of course, it's going to be an online version of this that you'll be working off of. We're doing stuff with Microsoft Excel, which is provided by the university. So do find a way to be able to install and use Microsoft Excel. There's some flow charting software. Okay, you'll see all of this type of stuff. going through the Rutgers systems. We all have site licenses for all this. Here you'll see all the points, then they accumulate. And if you look at the point distribution, this is what I was talking about before. You'll see the assignments make up almost 50% of the point distribution here, right? The exams used to be much more. You'll see that they kind of dropped down quite a bit from where they were before. And that was done intentionally, as I was mentioning before. You'll see all of the points, how they add up and how they correspond to the grades here. What you don't see, which is further on in the document, is things related to extra credit. So I provide extra credit, as do the other instructors, and we choose how we implement our extra credit. I'm implementing extra credits based on you submitting questions. I mean, it could be answers to the questions I put into the slides. It could be additional questions you may have. Whatever it is, just some sort of regular emails to me showing that you are watching the videos and you are engaged is sufficient for me to give you the extra credit from my side. So my extra credit, as well as the other instructors, is above and beyond the points that you accumulated up here in the point distribution. So if you get all the extra credit between myself and the TAs and whatnot, it pretty much shifts your grade like one whole level, right? So it can push you from a B to an A, C to a B, whatever. So it's pretty significant, the extra credit. And it's not hard to get the extra credit. So do take your time to pick up the extra credit, because it's easy for you to get that, and it will bump up your grade pretty significantly. Okay. Again, like I mentioned before, the exams or TBA, we're still waiting for confirmation on us getting those time slots. Okay, and there's some other things regarding second chance policy, whether it's for the exam or for assignments. I'm going to leave that to your TAs to cover that, but in case they don't cover it sufficiently, feel free to let me know and I can cover that. And this is the extra credit that I mentioned before. Okay. And like I might have alluded to earlier, what we want to try and do with the lectures, I'll be breaking up the lectures into small sections. So normally when we do face-to-face, you'll see basically an hour and 15, 20 minutes of lecture time twice a week. And then you also have your teaching assistants doing the recitations. So it's basically 3 sessions a week. I think that's a bit much for us to try and do that online. So I don't think you're going to sit through like a very long YouTube video or in this case, Kaltura. So we're going to try to slice it up into small sections, maybe about 15-minute videos or so. So it won't be too many per week, but enough that you'll be able to look at it and then take a break, do whatever, and then come back some other time to pick up the next video. And I'll allocate some of the other time for you to sit there, digest the video, and really, like I said, I almost consider it to be a homework assignment to follow up on those videos. Just send me an email to answer the questions that we may have in the videos that I pose out there, or send me additional questions from your side. And like I said, I will record that, and that feeds into your extra credit. Okay, so look forward to working with everyone for this semester, and we'll be talking more soon. Thank you.